playing around. Now that's not even, you can't possibly be serious. Thank you. Listen, I just threw this on moments ago. I had within 5 minutes, I had 7 outfits on, and I just put this on at the last minute. I had a bad choice, and all of a sudden, I had it on, and I thought, no, I don't want to wear this, and then went through 7 outfits until just now. I'm happy with it, though. Are you happy with this? What's happening, Mary? What are you showing me? What's wrong? Because the mic is pulling there. You want me to button it? The necklace. Oh, straighten the necklace out. Thanks. How's it now? It's straightened? Yeah, that's my swimming medal. And, so God, bad clothing drama all of a sudden at the last minute. But I was having a good day up until just now, and I'll continue to have a good day now. But I had a good food day. You know how some days I'm so bored with food, and some days you just, because I have the same thing every single day. I eat the same thing. But today I switched it up. I had a healthy salad and some delicious yogurt. And I hadn't had yogurt in a long time. Whoever discovered yogurt, I would say is a genius. I really want to personally thank you very much. Whoever you are, thank you. And I know it was discovered thousands of years ago, but it's so good for you. I'm sure you're still alive. Thank you for it. It's delicious. It's very, very good for you. And I started thinking about some food that we eat. I don't know how people discovered it, because if you look at an artichoke, you gotta wonder how hungry somebody must have been. It's spiny, it's hard, it's like, you know, it's probably a caveman, I'm sure, just very hungry in the middle of winter, just looking over at his girlfriend saying, wonder if I could eat those green earrings I made for my girlfriend. I think that cave people pretty much discovered every food that we eat. That's why they're not around anymore. Because, you know, there had to be a lot of trial and error. You know, just, oh! Rock soup bad. See, suddenly I did the accent. Before I didn't, and I realized some foods must have been found by mistake. Beef jerky, I'm sure, was a mistake. Somebody who left the roast beef out in the sun all day long. Oh my, that is good. But then, you know, to know that something's inside, like coconuts, that's very hard, but we had to realize that there was something inside, and of course, then later it came ladies' bras, and for the island people. But, you know, things are inside. The banana is the perfect package, and the banana we learned, I'm sure, by watching the monkeys, because they just peeled it, and we looked at that and saw that was delicious, something right inside that you just have to peel. The poor people who thought that that was the case with everything. People tried to peel onions, I'm sure. Peeling and peeling. There must be something good inside here. I'm sure. I just recently learned that seafood was not discovered at the Red Lobster. No. Primitive vacationers discovered the delicacy of the sea urchin, the crab cake, and the oyster, I'm pretty sure, was eaten at first on a dare. I'm sure by some teenagers or something. But and then, do you know about the blowfish? Have you heard of this? There's a blowfish that is a delicacy some places, but it's poisonous, highly poisonous. So if it's not cut and prepared a very specific way, you die. I say that any food that can kill you if it's not cut right should be cut right out of your diet. That's what I say. Who orders that? Who's going to order that off the menu? Okay, I'm going to have the blowfish, and then if I'm still alive, I'll have the poison oak salad for So to all these nameless heroes that have made eating such a pleasure, I'd like to dedicate this dance. pants that I first picked would not have made it over that table. I'm pretty sure. All right, so we've had the set decorated since last week because it's my birthday month, and we're celebrating all month long. I don't think that anything's in those boxes. It's just decoration. I'm sure those are not gifts, but I've been showing you some of my early birthday gifts I've been getting. Here's something I love. Someone sent this in. I don't even think it was a birthday gift, but they made it for me. And I think it's either me or Diane Sawyer. Either way, I'm drinking out of it. I like it. So thank you, whoever made this for me. I appreciate it. And we have a great show for you today. You know him from the Bridget Jones Diary movies, and now he's got a new movie with Emma Thompson called Nanny McPhee. Colin Firth is here. Colin Firth will be right there. Hello, Colin. Hello, Ellen. And she spent 5 years on Dharma and Greg, and now she's got a brand new show on CBS called Courting Alex. Jenna Elfman is here. Also right there. Right there. As well. And later in the show, I'm leaving enough time. We always run out of time. I'm calling my new friend Wanda McDivitt. She's the one who told me about my clogging doll. I thought it was a clogging doll, and then she told me it was a G-Haw Winnie Diddle. But then there seems to be some controversy because someone sent me something else that's this, saying it's a G-Haw Wimmy Diddle, and so which is which, and I don't know what it is. So I'm going to call her and see what she has to say about it. And if history proves right, she's going to have a lot to say about it. And you know how American Idol, have you been watching American Idol, by the way? Really good. Very, very, boy, people are interesting, aren't they? Wow. I was going to mention one person, but why not single? No, let's not single anyone out. They were all interesting, but there's some good ones, though. There's some really good ones. Anyway, I think that there's hidden talent everywhere, and we've been looking in our audience for hidden talents because we don't want anything to remain hidden anymore. I say, if you have talent, let us see it. And so here's just a few of our audience members that we've found.
Human water pistol.
I got it. Thank you so much.
All right, later on, we're going to be showing you some of the talent that's hiding in today's audience. And it's not just my studio audience that has talent. This was sent in from Santa Rosa, California. This is adorable. This is a 3-year-old little girl, Isabella, singing all 50 states in alphabetical order. Oh, she's adorable. Look at her.
Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Connecticut, Louisiana, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, no, that's our New Jersey. Let's go. Next. North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, North Carolina, North Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Rockford, Virginia, Washington, Georgia, Wisconsin, Wyoming.
Oh, man. there anyone in the audience from Wyoming, Nebraska? Oh, God, I see a big, big future for this little girl. Her first album could be called 50 State. 50 State. So you don't have to be in our audience to show off your talent. If you're a viewer and if you have talent, if you have a kid who has talent, if you know somebody who has talent, I want to see it. Go to our website and find out how to send it in. Here's something else I just came across. It's really, really cute. At a zoo in Tokyo, there is a snake who befriended a hamster. They put it in October. Look at this. So they put it in as a meal, and the snake didn't want to eat it. It was supposed to be dinner. So now they're best friends. That hamster has been living with that snake since October and climbs on its back, and they're adorable. I don't know what he's doing when he eats all the other hamsters that go in there, but he's just looking away just for a second, just like... But I love things like that. That's why I watch Animal Planet all the time, and you see these adorable little pets that become friends. I like unlikely pairs. There have been a couple of news stories that I've noticed before. This is a very unlikely friendship we found. It's a cat with a bird sitting on its head. I assume he knows the bird's there. I don't know if... But that's adorable, I think. And then there was a story in Alaska where a bear made friends with a salmon. Yeah. And they call each other Mabu. And this, to me, is the most unlikely pair. When I saw this, I couldn't even believe it. Take a look at them. This is Flavor Flav and Brigitte. Oh, man. So if you have any photos of an unlikely pair, if it's your animals or you've seen things like this, I love stuff like that. If you have any animals that get along that normally don't, go to our website and send them in. Colin Firth will be here when we come back. We'll be right back. Our first guest has starred in such hit films as Bridget Jones' Diary and Love Actually. His new movie, Nanny McPhee, opens Friday. Take a look. Please welcome the very charming Colin Firth. Thank you for being here, Colin.
Thank you.
Now, a lot of people, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of people really hate doing shows like this because it's the part of the job. I mean, the acting, the creative part is always the fun part, but going out and doing, because you're not used to being in front of an audience all the time. A lot of people aren't comfortable with that, and I know you don't like doing shows like this, so thank you.
Well, thank you. No, this is already a pleasure. You've converted me.
No.
You say both your guests are going to be sitting here?
All of you sit, well, once you're
usually
finished...
there's a sofa, isn't there?
No, then Jenna sits on top of you,
yeah,
and then that's the way we do it here. Everyone stacks on top of one another. Yeah. No, you'll leave, so you don't have to be out here.
Okay.
Someone, we've got a timer going.
Get out of her way.
You're almost done. Yeah, it's...
Yeah. I'm doing well, right?
Yeah, you're doing great. I want you to tell the story because I heard this story recently, and I had the same sort of situation happen to me, the window incident.
The window incident.
I'll call it that. What do you call it?
Yes, I don't. I try not to talk about it actually, and it's. But it's out there now, and I'm. Okay, if you want to hear it, it's. To start with, just to set the scene, I'm not a neighborly sort of person. I don't do neighbors. I don't dislike people generally, but you know how when you start off on a long flight, you don't make conversation at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't know who you're going to be stuck with.
Right.
So maybe you'll start up a conversation 20 minutes before you land, because the stakes are lower. So if I'm about to move house, then I'm prepared to meet my neighbors, but not when I first move in.
Right.
So I'd been living in my house for about a week, and it was a Sunday morning, and my family were away, and I was alone, and I wasn't dressed for company. I was wearing, I was wearing this sort of underpants that are strictly for domestic consumption. And, you know, any unauthorized viewing of these underpants may lead to prosecution. And also a pair of slippers, which I would never have wanted anyone to know that I owned, but they feature in this story. So yes, they were like honey bear slippers or something that someone had slipped into a Christmas stocking, you know, with little eyes and fluffy nose. And that was what I was wearing. And I walked into my living room, and I needed to open the sash window to the backyard, but it was jammed. And I noticed actually it was locked. So I went to get a key. And the only way to get up so that I could unlock it was to perch myself on the radiator, which was under the window. It was a very sharp-edged radiator, so I needed the slippers. And I climbed up, and I poised myself in that position, unlocked the sash. I didn't realize the sash cord was broken, which meant the upper sash came slamming down, taking 3 of my fingers with it into a kind of credit card-sized crack. And I was therefore suddenly at the mercy of, well, my neighbors, really, because there was nobody at home. I had a friend due to come round at about 2 o'clock that afternoon. I couldn't really wait. How long is that? 5 hours or whatever.
So your fingers are stuck.
My fingers are stuck in there. And so the only option, it seemed, was to use the word help. So I got the word help out, and it was ineffectual. I then said things like, is there anybody, by any chance, I've got a bit of nothing. And
Well, how close were your neighbors? I mean, is it like a...
no, they were close enough to hear the blood-curdling scream, which I eventually let escape, but not close enough to hear the kind of polite version that I wanted, I hoped would suffice.
Yeah.
So they were a few yards away, and I'd moved into this area to escape all contact, really, with them. Eventually, my next-door neighbor, who's even more reserved than I am, vaulted the fence and made it into my house and was unable to do anything for me and informed me of the fact. It was nice to meet him because he actually turned out to be quite a nice guy. He's a lawyer, a civil lawyer. His wife too is a lawyer, and she actually quite likes my work.
Great.
Yes, and in the meantime, I thought I could see some blood beginning to.
I mean, you must have been in pain.
I was in intense pain.
And how did he get in your house? Was
Well,
your
we
door
don't
locked?
talk about that either.
Oh, you were just talking about...
He got in through the back door somehow. I mean, I must have already opened that in the morning. And, the doorbell rang, and I just thought, oh, God. I mean, this guy can't help me. Maybe that's the fire brigade, Maybe someone's heard my cries, and, well, it wasn't the fire brigade. It was my entire neighborhood. And, and they all stood there discussing my problem. And,
no one was pushing the thing, trying to...
Oh, no, there was some attempt to move it, but no one could do that. And they were discussing the window and my underpants. And, there were various suggestions. If you're ever free, you can always bring your kids round. And eventually, a guy came in who... He'd found a metal object, it was a sort of fire poker, and he jimmied it in between the window panes and liberated me. And I swear to you, I would have chewed my own fingers off rather than have my neighbors, in my living room at that moment. But this guy did that in a way that looked like he'd done that before. And I thanked everybody and immediately made plans to move house.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, that is a good lesson. Never, no matter how much you think you're alone, don't wear an outfit like that, because you don't know what's going to happen.
Always dress for the public.
Dress for the public, you never know. All right, we have to take a break. We'll be right back. Back to Colin Firth, who has a new movie out, Nanny McPhee. And Nanny McPhee is a hit in England. How long has it been out in England?
It came out in October sometime,
and
I think.
It's doing really, really well.
It went through the roof. We were very surprised, yeah. And I was one of those, optimism's never been my strong suit, and I thought it was strictly for 5 to 8-year-olds. In fact, everyone's going over and over again.
It's adorable.
Yeah.
It's adorable, and it's coming out. When is it coming out here?
Next Friday.
Next Friday. So the kids, how many kids are in the 7 kids in the movie?
Yes, you see, there are actually 8 because the baby was twins. Pretty overwhelming.
What was that like? I mean, it's.
Well, working with children. We have that weird programming from nature that we even in monstrous children we find adorable for some reason, and it kind of confuses you and you implode, But. They were working with children is a little bit like working with actors, demanding, messy, and unhygienic, and I know it's a bit unfair on children, but and so it's quite a shock to go home and have real children, and you are not you know, the role is reversed, and you can't turn to them and say, "You behave, or I'm going to call my agent." You know. It's not,
How many kids do you have?
I have 3.
And how old are they?
I have a 15-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old.
Oh, that's great. All right. Well, I just adore you. I'm happy that we met, and a big fan. And I want to help you out. Next time you're in a situation, it sounds like you need some new underwear. So you can.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
My
Thank you.
neighbors will be delighted.
Yeah. All right. Thanks. Really nice meeting you.
Thanks
You're
so
very,
much.
very funny.
Good meeting you.
Nanny McPhee opens in theaters this Friday. We'll be right back with some hidden audience talents. Don't go away. Well, you may not be able to tell at home, but I have the most talented audience on TV. I really do. We've seen dancers, acrobats, a woman who sings with her mouth closed, and now it's time for more of our hidden audience talents. Sorry. Didn't realize you were going to get into it so much. All right, our first contestant, you're Gina?
Yes.
Stand up, Gina, and
Hi.
take a hold of this. Where are you from, Gina?
I'm from Fresno, California.
Fresno, and what do you do there?
I'm a stay-at-home mom.
How many kids?
One son named Eric. Holla.
Holla! One son?
One son.
Eric, and what's he into right now?
He's 7. He's into SpongeBob
Uh-huh.
and baseball, football.
This show, of course.
Oh, loves to dance with you, and he even says, "How dare you?"
Does he?
Oh, totally.
Oh,
Loves
good.
it.
Does
Yeah.
he do it well?
Very well.
How dare
Yeah.
you!
Yeah.
Really big.
He does real good.
All right, good. All right, and what is your talent?
I can do a tongue twister called Betty Botter in one breath. It's kind of long.
Okay, let's
I
see
learned
it.
it when I was 10. So.
Okay.
Okay. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she said this butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. Better, bitter, better, better. That will make my batter better. So she bought a bit of better than her bitter butter, and she put it in her batter, and her batter was not bitter. So 'twas Betty Botter bought a bit of better butter.
All right, let's take a look at that in slow motion.
Betty Botter bought some butter, but she said this butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter.
I wanted to make sure you were saying something.
I did say it.
All right, thank you so much. Nice meeting you. Are you Nelson?
Yes.
Hi, Nelson, stand up. Nelson, where are you from?
Corona, California.
Corona, and where is that?
It's actually a little bit by Riverside, in between, a little bit by San Bernardino.
A little bit by everything.
A little bit of everything, yeah.
All right, and what do you do there, Nelson?
I'm a server.
A server?
Yeah.
And where do you serve at?
At California Pizza Kitchen.
Uh-huh, of course. We know California Pizza Kitchen well. Now, and do you like doing that?
Yeah, I do. I love it.
You make good tips?
Sometimes.
What do you do when people don't give you good tips?
Give it back to them.
Do you really?
No,
You should. You should say, you need this more than I do, clearly.
exactly.
I used to, it was back in the days when we were called waitresses, but I was a waitress, and I used to get so mad when you work so hard and people don't know how hard you work.
Exactly.
And tip your waiters out there, you people. Tip your waiters. You work so hard. And then they don't even say thank you or anything, and
They leave like everything's okay.
oh yeah, people. Oh. All right, Nelson, what do you do?
I can be a monkey.
You can be a monkey.
Yes.
Fantastic. Do you need to hold this?
No, actually, I'm probably gonna roll around a little bit.
All right, great. I'm going to sit where you... Okay. Go ahead. And you say you don't get good tips. That's weird. All right, let's see that in slow motion. That's great. Thank you so much. Hi, you are our last contestant. And what is your name? Oh, later in the show? We're going to do it later? We're running out of time, but we want to... All right. Okay, tell us what you do, and then we're going to see it later on.
I'm Dory, and I can fit inside a small suitcase.
Now, when you say small, like a overnight bag?
No, not exactly. It's like 26-inch. Not the biggest one.
So, all right, my question for you would be, how do you find this out? But then, but we don't have time for that. So we're going to see you squeeze into this later on.
Okay.
And find out you're illegally here from some other country.
Well,
all right.
When you're a PhD student, you have to find things like that.
All right. We'll be right back. We're going to share some, oh, you all get iPod Nanos. That's a good thing. We'll be right back with Jenna Elfman. We'll be right back. You know our next guest from her days on the hit sitcom Dharma and Greg. Tonight you can catch her in her brand new series, Courting Alex. Take a look. Please welcome back to the show, Jenna Elfman.
Nightclub around your show.
It really is.
It is.
It
I
feels
love
like
it.
a club every single day in here. And you look great, by the way.
Thank you.
You look really great.
Thank you.
And I saw you the other night at the People's Choice Awards. We didn't talk, but we just kept passing.
No, I just chased after you every time because backstage there's sort of there's backstage before you go on stage, then there's backstage press areas, and there's many little pockets of press. And every time we kept crossing paths. And for some reason, every time I saw you, I had to be like, I'll see you next week. I'm on your show next week. I'll see you next week. I get so excited when I see you, actually, because I admire you. And so every time I see you, I'm like, Ellen.
I didn't see that part.
That was going on inside.
Oh, I see. I didn't see that at all.
And then when you would walk away, and I'd sort of hop like that.
I have to wear those things that bicycles wear, so the mirrors, so I can see what happens behind me.
You see me coming, yeah.
I have to look at that. This is very exciting that I can't believe she'd never done this before, but you took your mother to her first concert.
My mother is...
First concert?
Yeah.
How old?
70.
How could she never have been to a concert before?
I don't know. I asked the same thing because I didn't know that. And she was like, it's my first. And I was like, what? No. And it was Neil Diamond.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom and I used to, because she drove me, we used to live in one part of town. She'd drive me a half hour to ballet class. We were in the car a lot growing up. And we had the 77 Camaro, and we would listen to Neil Diamond on the 8-track. And I love Neil Diamond, and I equate it with a lot of pleasure spending time with my mom. And she, when I told her that I was going to get tickets, she almost started crying like a teenager going to see Elvis or the Beatles or something. It was really sweet. She was like, oh, really? So we planned the whole thing. We got a limousine, and we went to dinner first. It was my mom, my dad, and me and Bodie and a couple of my friends. But it was all about my mom going to Neil Diamond. So we go, and it's all going very nice. Now we're in this one section.
Where are you?
The Staples Center in Los Angeles here. And
big place.
Humongous. And okay, my mom and I, number one, I'm obviously a little bit tall, and I was wearing heels. So I was like really, really tall, and my mom's like not as tall. But we're really cute together. We are on our feet dancing, because it's Neil Diamond. But for some reason, we're in a section of people who just didn't want to stand. They were just like... But the section across from us, all on their feet. The whole section, the same section, but over there, on their feet. And our section, I'm like, I don't care. It's Neil Diamond. And it's my mom's first concert, and she's excited, and I'm dancing.
Right.
Because you can't, it's like, here, you can't not dance.
Yeah,
it's fun.
right.
So we're like, my mom's going, and she's like totally enjoying herself, and I'm a little bit more overt than that. My, arms going and singing my heart out and getting emotional. And I feel this little tap on my back, and I'm like, yeah. And they're like, could you sit down, please?
Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, that's right. In a big way.
Yeah.
My mom, who's very sweet, showed with her hand a little bit of a symbol. But to me, because she didn't have the guts to do it to them, but she showed to me with her hand, like, what she felt. So we're nice people, and our first instinct, rather than to fight, was like, oh, okay. And we sat there, and my husband, he turns, he says to the ladies, he goes, it's a rock concert, it's not a movie. He's trying to reason with them, and I'm sitting there, and my mom and I are both like, Totally not having fun. And I was like, you know what? I can't. And I turned around and I put my hand on the lady's knee. I said, I'm sorry. I know you want me to sit. I said, but it's Neil Diamond. And it's my mom's first concert, and she's 70, and I'm gonna dance.
Good for you! Good for you. Go back up. And the show looks really funny. It looks really good. And it premieres tonight
at 9:30.
Courting Alex premieres tonight at 9:30 on CBS. It's a good time slot, too.
It's a really nice time slot, and I'm so excited for everybody to see it.
And I know you've been working on it a long time, so congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm going to call my friend Wanda McDivitt next. We'll be right back. You all know that this is my G-Haul Winnie Diddle. At least that's what Wanda McDivitt told me it was called. I thought it was called a clogger, but it's a G-Haul Winnie Diddle, according to her. Then, when I started talking about that and talking to Wanda about the G-Haul Winnie Diddle, somebody sent me this, a bunch of emails, and then this in the mail saying this is a G-Haul Winnie Diddle. Now, this is, I'll try to do it. It's really hard to do. It's like a, so this is what that is. You're supposed to do that. So you have to do it exactly right, and it's really hours of fun. Whee! All right, so I want to get to the bottom of this because Wanda told me, and she loves trivia, and she told me that that was a G-Haul Winnie Diddle, and now I'm confused. So I'm gonna call her and see what's. Again, I have to stop talking when I dial because it's hard to do both at once. You don't learn that until you have a TV show. You always look at people on TV thinking you can dial and talk, but you can't.
Hello?
Hey, Wanda?
Yes?
It's Ellen.
Hi, Ellen. How are you, honey?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Okay. How's your birthday month going?
My birthday month is going really well. It's just a few weeks left.
Well, I know. I've just been thinking of... I just mailed you a card.
You did? Oh, you're sweet.
Yes, I wrote you a sonnet.
You're a sonnet?
Yes, I write sonnets.
Do you write sonnets a lot?
Oh, hundreds of them.
Yeah?
Yes, hundreds of them, yes.
Well, I want to see some more, but I can't wait to see the one on my card.
Okay, if you Google me, I've got about 13, the top 13 hits are me now, so I think about the 9th one is one of the ones I've sent to poetry.com, but anyway.
Wow.
I enjoyed your Mr. Wrong so very much.
Oh, you saw the movie, good.
Oh, yes, I loved it, and Ed TV was good too, but Mr. Wrong just sort of the way I feel about guys. No matter how wonderful they seem to be, they've always got some problem.
Yeah, I know. You're just waiting for the day you find out what's wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And believe me, I've had lots of experiences like that.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty funny movie myself.
And you did a wonderful job.
Thank you. No one else seemed to like it. It didn't do well.
I think it did. I heard good things about it.
Well, now that it's on DVD and I have a talk show, sure. But no one saw it, Wanda. So listen, Wanda, I got a question for you. The clogger you told me is G-Haul Winnie Diddle, right?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm getting emails that people, and you'll see when you watch the show, that this twig, there's a little twig game, and it's called a G-Haul Winnie Diddle. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm not familiar with that, but my son-in-law said that's the way he thought that the toy was spelled.
Right.
But most people tell me they've heard that I was correct. So sometimes with words like that, they can be passed down and have alternate spellings.
Yeah, but there's such different things. A Wimmy Diddle and a Winnie Diddle, it's too close, and I'm just... Now, are you sure this is called a G-Haul Winnie Diddle?
That's what I heard on that show many years ago, and several people have told me since then that, yes, that is exactly right.
All right. If we send you the clogger and the G-Haul Wimmy Diddle, you can do some investigation and find out exactly what they're both called and how they both got the same or similar names.
That would be wonderful.
And then I'm going to send you this stuff, and we're going to have you investigate the clogger and the Winnie Diddle.
Well, I will certainly be glad to do that.
All right, Wanda. Thank you so much. Good talking to you.
Thank you, and God bless, honey.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, we'll be right back. You hold on. I want to thank Colin Firth, Jenna Elfman, and Wanda McDivitt. Okay, Dory, let's see what you can do. Climb on in here. I don't know why I have this. I'll put it in so when I zip it up, you can talk to me. I'll hand it to you so you can talk to me when you want me to get you out. Watch your hair. Hold on to that. It's not quite fitting. Dory, are you okay?
Yeah. Okay.
It's not closing. I don't want to.
Because the microphone's in here.
What?
There's no room for a microphone.
Oh, is that what's holding it up? No, that's not.